right here, right now.
This guy is a madman.
It's Jake and Dave today at Madman Sports.
I'm back.
What's going on, Dave?
Jake, it's hot as balls in here. How are you?
You know, it's really hot, and that's okay, but we're not going to let that stop us.
Where's
We're talking
Zach?
Madman Sports. I don't know. He's probably in the Midwest somewhere. I don't know. Do you have a clue?
Well, I missed a couple weeks, so I guess he can miss this week.
Yeah, so we're going to do the show without him. That's all right. We've done it before. We've done it once before.
Jake, what have you been up to?
Not really a lot. Just hanging out. Working, of course. That doesn't stop, but what are you gonna do? What about you, David?
I've been up to a lot. I scratched my eye. It's all red right now. I got some sun, working an outside job, working my tail feather off, as Nelly would say, and just working hard. Excited for the training camp, which is here, and football. I need some kind of sports.
And that's
I don't like baseball, so I'm ready.
Yeah. Jeez, the Florida Marlins paused their season after a plethora of cases.
I think they're the Miami Marlins at this point, but yeah. I
Florida
wish all
Marlins,
of baseball would just cancel and decide it's a bad idea.
Yeah, Joe
I'm
Kelly.
gonna get the haters on me now.
Joe Kelly threw a pitch at an Astros player.
Yeah, I seen the memes and stuff. I don't even know what he did, but I
don't know.
I care that little.
But some Bills news. Star Lotulelei opts out for the 2020 season. Whether you have any kind of feelings about that, it's the player's choice. There's not too much that we can say. We don't even know if we're going to be in the stands. Of course, player safety is the priority for these guys. Remains to be seen.
You know how I feel about Star Lotulelei.
Well, you don't like Star Lotulelei.
Never been a fan.
Whether or not he was playing this year, so
I don't think him not playing affects us whatsoever. I do think it's a little concerning that you see how many Patriots players are opting out, like 6, 7?
I think all of them. No, I think at this
I think
point,
Belichick just wants them all out so they get Trevor Lawrence.
6, I believe.
So yeah, it's a lot of it is players don't want to play with Corona. Von Miller still has effects. Austin Matthews for the Maple Leafs still has effects. There's long-term effects of this disease, or virus, if you will. And a lot of it is these players get their guaranteed money if they opt out and don't have to play. So it's just kind of two-edged sword there. A lot of players are doing it. I think the NFL is going to take notice. Another player tonight, Damien Williams from the Super Bowl winning Chiefs, is sitting out. It's just a lot of people sitting out. It's starting to become an issue. We're going to have to wait and see if any players start getting it and more players will opt out. It's kind of concerning.
Yeah, and I mean, training camp, I guess, officially started this week on the 28th, but they're not going to see practice until next week, of course. They're going through every single day. They're going through a round of coronavirus tests. So it's going to be very exciting to see players on the field. I mean, for instance, Stefon Diggs. We're going to see Stefon Diggs in a Bills uniform, which I'm very excited about.
I wish we could see him. I wish we can go to training camp and watch. That would be fun to see.
Dude, tell me about it. Last year, I had a lot of fun going to training camp with you guys.
I went once. You and Zach went almost every day.
No, Zach was specifically there every day. I only went a couple times.
Remember that interview he did when he rode away in a car with someone and me and you were just waiting there?
Yeah, and he took my phone. That was Matt Perino, actually. Shout out to Matt Perino.
And all I wanted was water and a bathroom break?
Yeah. But what's interesting is it remains to be seen why necessarily they're on this list. Duke Williams and Vincent Taylor are both on the COVID-19 list. Whether that means they tested positive for the virus or they've been in close contact with someone with the virus.
Vincent Taylor is a big one to me. He was hopefully a Star Lotulelei replacement. He played well for the Bills when he played last year. That's a big one. I mean, they're all big ones. COVID's no joke. But Vincent Taylor, I hope you get well soon. Duke Williams is kind of a bubble guy. He's missing these reps, not being there, so it's, a huge loss for him. Two important players that are worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, with the addition of Stefon Diggs, Duke Williams has kind of been a bubble guy. I mean, geez, there's been so much news since we've last spoke. Even Rayray Mcleod has been released from the team. There was some jokes on Twitter that the reason why he was cut is because he wasn't giving away that number 14. But if you remember last year against the Ravens, he actually played on the scout team as quarterback to emulate Lamar Jackson. Now, thankfully, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens aren't on the schedule this year. So I guess...
Wait a second. Was he really not giving up 14?
No, I don't know. I think that was just a joke made by some fans on Twitter.
That would be an easy fix. Just make Diggs happy by getting rid of the freaking guy. Especially if you want Diggs to be here long term.
Exactly.
That's kind of funny.
So that's
bad business move on McLeod's part.
That's interesting. I think that's going to kind of push Duke Williams out as well. Even someone like Isaiah McKenzie, who we did sign to another contract, might be on the bubble. I mean, we've kept 6 guys last year, and that is including Andre Roberts. So there's not we're not keeping a ton of guys at wide receiver. I mean, you have Stefon Diggs, you have John Brown, and Cole Beasley, who's on the inactive list. I don't know. He hurt his back, didn't hurt his back. I don't know, all reports.
I think he's on the active list, but it just shows that he's on the injured list right now. And with the COVID stuff, there's just new kind of list going on. I'm highly confused on it. Cole Beasley is very promising right now. There's no major issue. It's just he's on a list. He's on a list of some sort.
Yeah, he's on the active NFL list with a non-football injury. It's his back.
Yeah.
But he expects to be full go when things get started. So that's going to be good. Cole Beasley, especially in that slot. We need that Julian Edelman type player with deep threats like Stefon Diggs and John Brown. So he's going to be good under the middle.
So the Bills are probably keeping 6 receivers. We know this. They're keeping Diggs, Brown, Beasley, and Andre Roberts isn't going anywhere. He's still listed as a receiver. He's a special teams guy. He gets paid a lot of money. Isn't going anywhere. McKenzie, I would imagine, is staying since he's the 5th guy. We drafted 2 receivers, and sorry, I'm rusty. I don't know the names off the top of my head.
Isaiah Hodgins and Gabriel Davis.
Gabriel Davis will probably make the team. So some of these guys, the receiver's position is pretty much set in stone, in my opinion. Running back's position is pretty much set in stone. Offensive line set in stone. The positions people are fighting for, the tight end position, which Tommy Sweeney is on PUP right now.
Yeah, he hurt his ankle.
Which he's going to miss losing reps. We still have Croft there, and we still have Knox, which are probably 2 locks to make the team there. And Jake's favorite guy, Lee Smith. So there's a lot going on. A lot of positions are pretty much locked in because people have to remember we are a playoff team. Coming off from last year, we're still a playoff team, playoff caliber team. Defense is pretty much intact. A lot of these positions are there. So the positions people are fighting for are the positions like Vincent Taylor, Duke Williams. A lot of the players that are hurt out right now, they're really going to be hurt by this.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just tough because there's so many questions going into next week when they start practicing. I mean, Josh Allen was in the building. I mean, all of them were in the building, but they did take their pictures today. Josh Allen looking like a damn stud.
Yeah, you see Ed Oliver driving around, around town with a horse?
Yes, he was riding around on a horse, which is crazy. We saw a couple videos of him doing that in Texas, but to see him here in Orchard Park, it's an interesting sight.
If I had $1 million, I'd be doing the same thing. So
if I had $10,000 and a horse, I would also be doing the same thing. And he's exonerated. I know me and Zach talked about that, but you happy to hear that Ed Oliver is a free man?
Happy, not surprised.
Yeah, no, neither was I. I mean, he blew a .00. Blood test came back 0-0. So that gun charge is dropped. And
it's Texas, of course it is.
They just dismissed the case. So thank God for our boy Ed Oliver. We also talked about when you were gone, me and Zach, the Madden ratings. There was a lot of conversation about Trey White not being a 90 overall.
There's so much talk about this every year.
But he gets shafted again, most Bills fans would say. I mean, we're talking about the top 100 list. Whether or not you want to put any stock in that's all right. We're not going to be upset with you if you do or don't. But Trey White is the 47th best player in the NFL.
Which is awesome.
But I think he should be rated a lot higher than that.
I think 47 is a good spot for him. I would say overall, without knowing much more of who's on the list, who's not on the list, I don't have NFL Network. I don't keep up as much as I should. I'll admit that. I think whatever the ranking is, Trey White should, no matter what, be the second best cornerback in the league. Hopefully after this year, number 1 cornerback in the league. And hopefully he sets the bar for what cornerbacks get paid. Jake, you texted me earlier in the week, I don't know, maybe Sunday, about Colin Coward. I don't care what his name is. He's a coward. What did he say?
Oh,
do you have that up?
I don't have the actual audio.
He went on a rant
I
about
tried my
our
best.
boy Josh Allen.
Yeah, and which is very weird because he's backpedaling on what he was saying earlier in the offseason. He listed him, I think, in his top 5 quarterbacks that he's trusting, but just completely blows that out of the water and is talking like Josh Allen has never played a down of football. It looks like that Colin is just reading his college scouting report, saying he's got a big arm, super inaccurate, which we've seen strides of him improving on the short and intermediate routes, and of course his long ball his first year and kind of regressed on that in his second. But I just don't know. I think he's just a media, like an attention whore. You see something
He is. That's why he
flashy.
got fired from ESPN. He definitely isn't a
Yeah, he's a douchebag. I don't know.
I don't know if Josh Allen belongs on the 100 list. I don't know. I don't know how many quarterbacks are on the list. I don't know what it takes to be on the list. I know players vote players in.
I think it's just a player's vote.
Last I saw was Ryan Tannehill was 58. The fact that Ryan Tannehill is like even on the list is just an absolute joke to me. You're taking the 100 best players in the NFL and you're putting Ryan Tannehill in the middle tier. Just give me a break. That list itself, whether Josh Allen belongs on that list or not, the list is bogus. It's ridiculous. I don't know who. I know one year McCoy was like 30th overall in the league. 30th was, or McCoy was never 30th best player in the league, whether he was on the Bills or not. I'm sorry to piss people off. That list is bogus. It's ridiculous. But the fact that Ryan Tannehill was in the 50 range is just a joke. Josh Allen's 100% better than Ryan Tannehill. I don't know if either one of them belong on that list, but Josh Allen's better than Tannehill.
Yeah, to say Ryan Tannehill being at 58, you said. Stefon Diggs is only a 54. So there's only 4 other players better than Stefon Diggs if you're Ryan Tannehill. And I think that is horribly and laughably wrong.
Who do you think number 1 on the whole list is? I know it's not done yet. I know
They're probably going to do something stupid. I mean, they're probably going to go... I mean, no, they're going to go like Patrick Mahomes.
it's going to... Okay. I was going to say Lamar Jackson, but Patrick Mahomes for sure.
I was going to say they're going to do something stupid, but I'm thinking of Madden where they're going to make like Rob Gronkowski at 95 overall, which is ridiculous.
He shouldn't be on the list. He hasn't played football in a year
He's
and a
not
half.
on the list, but he was ranked very high.
I think he's still on Chippewa, ripping his shirt off and dancing.
Like Chad Kelly, but that's with an AK-47.
I will not say a bad thing about Chad Kelly. I have my reasons.
Oh, no. Oh, no, don't talk about it.
We can't.
No, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. No matter who wants to hear it. If we ever get on Patreon or like a paywall service, we'll have Dave tell his Chad Kelly stories. I know Zach's got some too, but...
Me and Chad Kelly are friends. He knows what I'm talking about if you're listening. I got your back.
Jeez.
You did nothing wrong.
So, you were talking about how the Buffalo Bills are our playoff team. No one's going to dispute that, obviously. We were at the playoffs last year. A disappointing outcomes, to say the least. But where do you... I mean, these are just the way too early projections for 2020.
Oh, wasn't ready for this.
Full season. Just give me your general kind of overall vibe on how the season's going to go. So take, the virus out of it. It's like a regular season. What do you think?
I do think about this a lot. If I'm at home alone, I look at the schedule, who's playing who, and all that. And I did look at it. The Bills have a very tough schedule. The thing with the Bills is they're very injury-free last year, and they hopefully are again this year. If that's the case, the Bills are going to be very good. I'm going to tell you who the 2 most important players on this team right now for the Bills are. And I've said it before. I'm consistent. I'm going to say it again. Feliciano and Spain, because we need a strong run game this year. It cannot be all on Josh Allen. We need to open the run. We need to utilize the running backs, open the field, run to open up pass. I know I've said it before. You guys hate how I'm all old school and run. Zach would be yelling right now. Zach would be arguing right now. We need to open the run. We need Spain and Feliciano to stay healthy and open up those holes for Singletary to have a big year.
It was Matt Milano's birthday, I guess you're watching, 2 days ago, the 28th. Yesterday was his birthday.
So, happy birthday.
Matt Milano.
My prediction for the Bills, I think the Bills are going to be 3rd in the AFC. I think they're going to get a home playoff game, which is a shame the fans might not be there, or they will. This thing might turn around. I don't think... You look around, and the Patriots don't want to be good. The Jets are... listen, the Jets are going to be good soon, but they're putting things in place. Dolphins might be a wild card team, but the Bills... This is the Bills' division to lose, unless the Bills have just astronomical amount of injuries, if that's a word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. And then I'm sure people will criticize in the comments. But
That's fine. They always do.
that's fine. But you look around, the Bills are in the easiest division. If the Bills don't make the playoffs, and I've said this before, it's time to reevaluate Josh Allen. It's time to reevaluate the process, which is working, because this is the year. This has to happen this year. The Bills deserve a home playoff game. Again, the fans, yeah. The Bills should be making a push. Everyone's picking them. I don't care who's picking them, Colin Cowherd, Jim Rome, whatever. The Bills need to focus on this, play the tough games that they have, because they play the NFC North this year. And I'm sorry for not knowing this.
Yeah, or the West. 49ers.
NFC West, that's right. They have a lot of
Seahawks.
primetime, late night games. Flexing is going to be a very big thing this year. I'm excited for it. The Bills should be 10-6. There is going to be some losses in here. We're not going to be a 12-4 team. We're not going to be a 13-3 team. We're going to have some losses. It's still going to be a tough year, but you have to win 8 games in the division. You win those, everything else will fix itself out.
Which a 10-6 record this year, comparative to your 10-6 year last year, astronomically different.
That's the word.
I try, but no, it's completely different. I mean, you have just a different level of play that you're going to be going up against. I mean, you're going against the 2 teams that appeared in the Super Bowl. You have the Seahawks with Russell Wilson. You have DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know why I blanked on Larry Fitzgerald. I didn't even know if he was still alive.
Who's the running back out there? And I'm sorry, I'm so rusty,
Not
guys.
David Johnson.
No,
David Johnson is with the Texans.
It's that guy the freaking Dolphins had.
Kenyon Drake?
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake.
Cardinals have a very good team.
It'll be interesting.
Niners are a Super Bowl team.
You would have asked me last year at the beginning of the year this time if the Cardinals were any good. No. I mean, that was before David Johnson got hurt. Thought they would have a decent running game. I mean,
I'm not going to lie to you. Who wouldn't like the Cardinals? Who doesn't want to see Larry Fitzgerald make a push? One last push. He's been in the Super Bowl before. Couldn't go the distance. Came very close.
not when the Bills are on the schedule, though.
Let's have a Bills-Cardinals Super Bowl. That'd be exciting.
Bills, anyone's Super Bowl. At this point, I don't give a
As long as it's not the Cowboys.
Oh, or the Giants.
Yeah, screw the Giants.
Well, they're not going to be good. I mean, Saquon, he was hurt last year.
Another team that doesn't want to be good. They didn't make any free agent moves. So, tell me this. Are we back to normal schedule here with the podcasting?
Who knows? I'm not going to lie. I have no clue. I would like to get to a regular kind of schedule.
I'd like to get a fan in here.
I miss the in here, maybe not on the phone, definitely. Because, I mean, we have this new toy. It's called the Rodecaster Pro. Now, just prepare your ears, everyone listening at home. I'm going to press a button. You're going to hear some noise. I apologize. Applause. I'm going to be pushing that all... Oh, and that's a sad trombone.
Push that every time I talk.
No, I'm just going to do the sad trombone. It goes wah, wah, wah.
I'll have to listen to them on YouTube because I don't have headphones.
I know. Someone took them across the country. Well,
What's the camera saying? Is that anything bad?
I don't know. It's really hot in here, so maybe something to do with that.
Well, Jake, take us home.
So, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Mad Men Sports.
Leave your comments. Let us know what you think.
You'll have Zach here next week, hopefully.
Maybe Sunday.
Maybe Sunday. Who knows? You guys have a lovely rest of your week.